Hello and welcome back to part 7 of this Starsector playthrough, where we are role-playing as a fearsome pirate captain. In the last episode we regained our commission after breaking the pirate code. So following on from the end of that episode, we have picked up the rest of our fleet and we've just popped into Azaya to sell off a bunch of drugs at a nice price, resupply, refuel, pick up some marines and see if there are any good jobs on offer. This guy is offering to produce us some ships from our own blueprints, but unfortunately we don't have any good blueprints. That's something we're going to want to try and change in the next few episodes. The idea is to get some good blueprints and sell them on the black market, because if you do that, then the pirates gain access to them and can use them in their fleets. And I think it would be fun to see some pirate fleets with Tempests and Omens and Sunders. But for now, what we want to do is continue our war against Persean League. So, they currently have 1, 2, 3, 4... 5 including Kazeron, and they also have 2 more stations in Zagan, which is the northernmost core system. So then we're going to head up to Westerness first. There are 2 Persean League worlds in Westerness, along with another one that we've already taken over. If we can get all 3 into pirate hands, they should be able to defend each other and also maintain control quite easily. So we're going to take on these 2 worlds, Athulf and Sedin. I'm not too sure if they have fortresses protecting them, so we'll just have a quick look. We have plenty of marines, so we should be able to take them without too much trouble if we can destroy the defending fortresses. A couple of little fleets floating around. I'm going to try not to do too much editing in this session. I'm just going to let it play out. There's a few pirate fleets here. We're going to drop into Athulf. We can invade immediately. They don't have a station. But I think we will do a quick raid, pick up some supplies. And then we will take a day to wait and allow our marines to rest and reorganize, and then we will invade. So there are no targets to bombard, and we will proceed with the invasion. Having a look, we can see that they only have 2 sectors. Looks like a spaceport and a mining sector, so should be very, very quick to take over this planet. We will just send in 3 or 4 units of marines. Should be more than enough. Yeah, I think they will be able to take that. They've got about 10 times as many troops as the defenders. Wait a day, and there we go, we've taken it over. And now we're going to talk to the new boss of the planet and deliver them some supplies, heavy armaments and marines to help them maintain control and crush any rebellions that might come up. Pick up our war spoils and sell off most of it on the black market immediately. Okay, on to the next one. Grab some fuel. And we're going to head off to Sedin, see if we can take that one just as easily. And we can see a big fleet here, looks like a special task group. They've engaged another pirate fleet, so we're just going to skim by them. We do not want to be going and fighting them right now. Although they will come back to haunt us, we'll see them later this session, that special task group. And again, it doesn't look like they have a defensive fortress, so we can do an immediate raid and then go ahead with the invasion. This time we will go for heavy armaments to increase our invasion force. Now, our raid effectiveness is 92% here. If we actually go back and do a tactical bombardment, we can do one here. We can rain down a little bit of fire. And now if we do the raid, the effectiveness has increased to 96%, so I think it is worth doing. We will get more armaments, lose less marines, and it just costs us a little bit of fuel. Okay, so we will allow our military to regroup and reorganize, and then we'll go in for the invasion. So this world they have 4 sectors, and one of them is a ground defences, so we will definitely want to try to concentrate there first. But they don't have many troops, so... And if we hover over this little red strength indicator, we can see that the ground operations hull mod we have on the Valkyries is actually doubling the effectiveness of our marines in battle. So I think that's definitely worth it. So for now we're going to spread out our marines and try and get one group on each enemy sector, and then we will concentrate the rest of our forces on the ground defences, because if we can get rid of that one, I think it makes it easier to take the other sectors. Now that should be more than enough. We could probably put a couple more units on the spaceport and on the light industry, although we're going to run out of moves in a second. Let's see, spaceport, yeah, that's the last one. Okay, should be able to take it in a couple of days. Okay, let's have another look. I've taken 3 of them already. It's just this light industry. I don't think we need to spend any resources on special abilities. We'll just give it another day. There we go. Okay, cool. Let's get in here. Let's talk to the port boss, deliver some supplies and some armaments and some marines. Go back into the trade screen, pick up our war spoils, get all the rest of our marines, and sell off all this ore we don't need. And we've also got a bunch of food. And that gives us 200,000 profit. We'll pick up some fuel and some supplies and some marines to replace the ones we lost. So we've now got 3 pirate worlds in this system, and they should be able to defend themselves and fight back against any rebellions that might happen. We're going to take this job to disrupt a spaceport, but it's not going to be a priority. We'll get around to it when we are nearby the target system. We'll leave the independent world, I think, as it is for the moment, because we can use this world to raid if we need supplies or fuel in a hurry. And in fact, we're going to put in a quick raid right now. And we will go for supplies and heavy armaments. So we lost 63 marines there, but gained 1,000 supplies and 150 heavy armaments. Okay, let's jump out. Oh god, there's a remnant fleet here. We'll want to avoid them for now. I don't think we've got anything to gain by attacking them. Looks like they've just been in a fight and they're standing down, so we will just nip past them and be on our way. So there's a Persean League mercantile convoy, but they're not carrying anything valuable. Kazaron is going to be probably the hardest Persean League world to take. They have a pretty advanced station defending them, and I think at the moment we just not got the fleet to take it on. So the Persean League have 2 stations in this system, Madeira and Cibola. We'll go for Madeira first. Looks like they have 1 small picket here defending. If we can kill them outside the range of the fortress, that would make our lives slightly easier. So we'll do that. They're coming for us anyway, so it's nice and easy. And I think we're not going to need to fight this battle ourselves. We can probably send our first mate in to do this. And we're not going to need the mules in our fight against the station, so we'll send them to kill these guys. Looks like they performed pretty well. Wiped out most of that fleet. And we will go in and attack this station. Now this could be quite a tough fight. This is a fully equipped battle station. So we're going to have to think a little bit about what we want to use to take it on. They have a couple of trash ships defending it, but that's not going to be an issue. I think what we need is we're going to take in our Reaper Falcon, which has 4 Typhoon Reaper launchers, and this is what we're going to use to really try and crack it. We'll take the Doom, the 4 Pirate Falcons, and the 4 carriers, and we can take in a few Omens and Tempests and the Monitor as well. I'm not sure if we want to take the Medusas. I think we will take them. The main reason to take the carriers is because bombers launched from carriers can launch their torpedoes through your ships. It's almost like they're on a different layer, whereas torpedoes and missiles launched from your own ships directly need line of sight to the enemy. So the more carriers you have and the more bombers you have, the more damage you can put in. So our strategy here is to try to kill off as many of their fighters as possible. Our high-tech ships, the Doom, Medusas, Omens and Tempests, are just fantastic point defense platforms, and they will kill all these fighters pretty quickly. And then we're going to see if we can just skirt around the outside of the station and wait until we see a good opportunity. They have what looks like a Brawler, Gemini, and some crappy little frigates, so there shouldn't be too much of a threat from them. Now if you look at the station, you can see it's made of 6 sections. There's the 3 sections on the end of the arms, and then the 3 kind of circling the center. And we're currently facing the large section, so what we want to do is just wait, tank this fire, and we're going to move in when the station has rotated and we're only facing one of the smaller ones. The idea is to take on the big one last, because it's going to be the most difficult. So if we can pick off some of these enemy ships first, I might go and see if I can kill this Gemini. Now this Falcon down there has just fired a bunch of harpoon missiles, which was a little bit of a waste. Now, the station's rotated away, and I think this is the time to move in. So we're going to tank a bunch of these heavy blaster hits, and then we're going to move in kind of as a unit. And really what we want to do is fire off a bunch of Sabo missiles. I don't know why he just fired a Reaper for no reason into all that flak. It was a bit of a waste. If we fire off 1, 2, 3, 4 Sabos, let's see if we can get their flux up high enough. And then another Sabo. And then if we launch a volley of Reapers, we should be able to overload it. There we go. And now if we wait, fire a second volley, that should do it for this section. Just a few seconds. We're not taking any fire at the moment. Okay, more torpedoes coming in from fighters. It's overloaded, and so is the next section. Come on, kill it. And this is the moment where we just have to hold our nerve, keep on it, and we'll fire another volley of Reapers. And we've taken that one down. This next section is already overloaded, and the Medusa just phased right in front of me. Just wait till he gets out of the way. A couple more Reapers. The Doom's trying to fire past me. I don't know why he doesn't just phase around me. And 2 more Reapers finishes off that section. I think it's destroyed. Yes, it is. So we've taken down half the station now. We've got 1 small section, 1 big section, and 1 arm section. Let's see if we can move in and keep up the pressure. The Doom is doing a good job with its phase lancers. It has a lot of point defense here, but if we fire off all 4 Reapers, I think 2 of them made it through. And the flux is still high. Just keep the pressure on, we should be able to do this. We have lost an Omen. Okay, next section down. We've just got 2 left. Now we have 15 deployment points, so we could bring in another ship. Tempted to bring another Tempest because it will get here nice and quickly. Yeah, I think that would be enough. I'm having a quick look at these mules just to see if they've got bombers on board, but these are just carrying fighters, so I think they're not going to be that useful. We'll bring in the Tempest. And look at this Medusa on the right. He's got very high flux, a very low hull, and he's putting himself in a very dangerous position, and it's not going to go well for him. Medusa goes down, but the station only has the one section left, and it is the largest. It has a huge amount of point defense. All that flak coming out of it is going to make it very hard. Fires the Reaper, which just misses the Doom. We're going to fire off our remaining Saber missiles. One volley of Reapers just gets annihilated by point defense. So we're just going to back off and wait for our tubes to reload. And I've just slowed it down here to appreciate the dedication and sacrifice from this Doom Captain. And with extremely high flux, he's forced to dephase right in front of the station. Takes a Reaper hit and explodes. But luckily, the resulting explosion actually overloads this final section, allowing us to go in and get the kill. So I think that officer will deserve some sort of posthumous recognition for his bravery and stupidity. Torps coming in, as you see, from fighters. We are trying to hold position here so we can fire off another Reaper volley. But we do make the mistake of keeping our shields up too long and get overloaded, so we have to back away. Just steer out the way of that Reaper. Now we have a bunch more deployment points with the Doom going down, so we'll bring in the rest of our fleet, and we shouldn't need any more ships. We should be okay with what we've got. Two more Reapers coming in from far too far away. There's no way that we're going to get there. But now we can come in and launch our own Reapers, and with all these Torps coming in, the station is finally destroyed. So we did lose a couple of ships there, but hopefully we can recover them. That Doom looks like it's been disabled rather than destroyed. And we also have a couple of skills now which will reduce the number of demods we get on covered ships. So we'll take down this Gemini. We only have Reapers left, so that's all we can do. Go to full assault and get the rest of our units to come in and kill these guys off as quick as possible. Just kill him off with a final Reaper volley, and then I think we'll just speed up the rest of this battle because there's just Shepherd and the Vigilance, and they are going to bug out. So that was pretty successful. We lost a Doom and Medusa, we can recover them, and we lost 3 Omens. Now these are going to cost story points, so I think we'll just recover the one. We can always buy a couple of Omens. They're not expensive ships. Take the salvage, and then we can invade Madeira. Quick tactical bombardment, rain down fire. We'll do a raid. Looks like they've got much on offer, so we'll just go for drugs. Again, 96% effectiveness. That's going to be a nice profitable cargo we can sell on. Just wait a day and then we can launch the invasion. So Madeira has 5 sectors, including ground defense. They also have a military base, so we were going to try and concentrate our forces there. But they've got most of their units, most of their soldiers, in the spaceport. So for some reason, our Marines have been organised into much larger units this battle. So we'll send one to the spaceport, one to the military base, one to heavy batteries. That's all the moves we can do for now, so I think we'll just take over those places first and then we'll spread out. We might as well build one more battalion, just so we use up all our Marines. We've only got 1 Marine now left on our troop ships. There's a detachment here responding to the invasion, but they're not going to be able to do anything against our fleet. Invasion day 1, we only lost 9 heavy armaments. So we've taken over 2 sectors. Still fighting for the spaceport. We can split up these 2 units. We can send one to the mining, and that's all we can do this go, so we'll just wait another day. Okay, looking promising. So now we're going to send the final unit to the fuel. And that should be more than enough. One more day. Hey, but that noise signaled that we have a Sindrian Dictat fleet coming after one of those worlds we just invaded in Westerness, Adolf. Now, if we look on the right hand side, we can see that their invasion fleet is likely to be defeated in orbit. But it might be worth keeping an eye on it just in case that changes. So again, we'll talk to the war boss and deliver him some marines, some arms and some supplies to help him crush any rebellions. And we only have the one marine on our troop ship. We need to pick up our marines first. So let's go and do that. We've still got 1200 marines. And we can sell off some of those resources we gained. And we may as well sell some of these trucks here as well, because there's a good price. And now we can deliver some marines to help him maintain order. We'll deliver 100. Okay, not bad. We'll just repair, rearm. And so we've taken down 3 enemy stations pretty quickly. If we could take another 3 down, that would really make me happy. Now we just got a notification that an operative from an unknown faction has poisoned the water supply at a Tritac world. And it's actually a Tritac place that's just been colonized outside the core systems. So it might be worth going and having a look at that system in the near future, and maybe we can take it over. I like the idea of taking down newly colonized worlds from the main factions, because I don't think they do that in the vanilla game. I think that's part of the Nexelarin mod. So we're going to engage this orbital station too. I think this is a slightly smaller station, so it should be an easier fight. We're going to go for a pretty similar strategy. Again, we're going to take in the 4 Falcons, the 4 Carriers, and some Omens and Tempests, and the Monitor to provide point defense. And we actually have enough deployment points to take the Doom as well, so we'll do that. And I think we want an additional destroyer, but the Sunders are not so great at taking on stations because they have so few hull points and their shields are not that good. So I'm actually going to take the Medusa instead. Medusas have better shields and better point defense than Sunders, and they also have that short range teleport which allows them to get out of trouble if they need to. Again, we're going to keep our ships all kind of in one big unit so they can share any incoming damage on their shields, and we're just going to wait for a good opportunity. A lot of missiles coming in, but that's fine. Enemy fighters hopefully going to get taken out by the Doom, and our wingman just launches 2 Reapers, 3 Reapers, which have absolutely no effect. There's just no point firing Reapers like that. That kind of range, when enemy shields are up, we're going to go in and launch all our sabres at one side, and as soon as the flux is high enough, we're going to get a volley of Reapers in there. It's not overloaded, just took that right on the chin. We back away. We should be able to come in and launch another volley. A couple more sabres, a couple more Reapers. And who's going to get the final blow on this section? I think it was the Tempest actually with a sabre missile, which we wouldn't expect. A bunch of Reapers go in after it's already dead. A bit pointless, but that's fine. We are going to circle around. Oh no, we don't need to. The rest of our fleet has already taken out the other section. Excellent. So that was a lot easier. We'll take advantage of the fact that they're no longer defended, and we will raid them for more heavy armaments, maybe some more supplies. Profiting from war. You gotta love it. And the main reason to target supplies and heavy armaments in these raids is so that we can just keep going in our campaign without much downtime. We're not raiding for profit, we're raiding for blood and glory. We just need to wait another day before we can invade. We can do a tactical bombardment, which we should have done ready before the raid, but it doesn't make a huge amount of difference. Okay, so invasion number 4. See, now we have a lot of little units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 enemy sectors to take over. Let's spread them out. Ground defense is 1. Let's send 1 to light industry. 1 to mining. 1 to refining. And 1 to the spaceport. And then if we have any left, we will probably want to concentrate them at the spaceport and the ground defenses maybe. Let's go to spaceport and another one on the spaceport, and we can do another one. Seem to have a lot of moves this time. Okay, I think there are more troops in the refining, so we'll just do that and see if that's enough to take it over. Hey, another one-day global war. So we've now taken over 4 more Persean League worlds. We've got a bunch more stuff we can sell. Let's just, oh, we don't want to sell the armaments. We'll sell the organs, domestic goods, transplutonics, and all this ore. We have some high value prisons, we'll sell them too. I would like to buy some supplies, but they're super expensive here, so it's probably not worth it. We'll help out the new port boss. Give him a little bit of a military presence here so he can maintain his iron grip. Ah, this guy wants to sell me the possible location of an Aurora class cruiser. I really do like Aurora, so we'll definitely pay for that. It costs us a story point, but I think it's worth it. And this system is now totally under our control. The Persean League now have Kazaron, which we can't take yet, as they're kind of, I think that's their like military homeworld. And they also have 2 more stations or worlds up in Zagan. They have Mazalot and Yazod. So we're going to go... Actually, before we go there, let's have a look at this Prison Freeport. We haven't been there yet. It looks like it may have changed slightly from the last time I used this mod, and that's why I was a bit surprised we hadn't run into it already. It looks like the Prison Freeport has moved. So instead of being in hyperspace, it's actually in its own system. So I'm kind of curious to see that, so we will go take a quick look. It looks like we're having a rebellion in Sardine, but as I say, having other stations in the same system means they can launch fleets to pacify each other's rebellions. It makes it a lot easier to maintain control. Now we do have another invasion coming in, and now it says they are evenly matched. And ground forces are superior, so the invasion's outcome is uncertain. We will need to defend that. And we don't have too much time left. Got a couple of these blueprint locations, Tempests and Auroras, so we're going to just tag them so we can find them later. And I think this is the Prison Freeport over here. We just got shot out of position by a nebula storm, and we're going to get hit by another one. There's a fleet on the right there. Who's that? That looks like a pirate fleet, so we can leave them be. Let's just double check. Yeah. We are getting pushed around a lot by storms here. Oh, there's a mercantile convoy here carrying heavy armaments. We may want to take that on. Let's have a look. Heavy armaments, ship hulls, and supplies. That sounds like the kind of stuff we want to be stealing. It's a totally trash fleet, so we will send in our first mate with some Tempests and a carrier and a few Medusas. And they've got most of it there. So we've got some supplies, some fuel, some heavy armaments. Now that was probably a bit of a bad idea actually, because now we're not going to be able to do any trading at prison. This is the Prison Freeport. Now they have a high-tech station which would destroy our fleet in an instant, so we're not going to be able to do much yet. I don't think we're... Oh, we can do a raid. Alright, well we'll do a quick raid, as we can't do any trading here. And maybe we'll just come back in a couple of months when the heat's died down and we can get into these stations and actually do some trading. Because I think the Prison Freeport will have slightly more expanded range of ships available to buy. So that might be worth having a look. Oh, I think we've just been engaged by the fast picker here with their high-tech fortress. Luckily we were able to disengage. That could have been a bit hairy. I think we'll get out of here before they get too pissed off with us. Okay, there's a hegemony special task force there. We'd like to avoid that. Now, how long have we got until this invasion? 22 days. Might be worth going and defending this first before we carry on our campaign. We also have a jailbreak here. Maybe we could do this jailbreak quickly, and then we should have time to get back in time to defend. Another rebellion occurring, this time in Madeira, but we have a suppression fleet launching from another station. Another rebellion in Atholf, which has disrupted our mining. We can deal with that. Right, let's see if we can come into this lateness system and get this prisoner out nice and quickly without too much bloodshed. Looks like we have another invasion, this time a Lodic Church invasion headed for Madeira. And that one says the invasion is likely to be successful, so we'll definitely need to defend that one. We'll just come in a little bit too fast here and spook their patrols, but if we can just keep outside their sensor range, we can get in here nice and quietly. Could do some trading here. They have a couple of good ships. They have a pristine Pirate Falcon, but we have 4 of them now, and I can't see we're ever going to need 5 in one battle. So I think we'll leave that as it is, and we will just get this prisoner. I don't want to take on the Star Fortress because they've got quite a lot of ships defending, and I think that could be a little bit risky. But we can get the prisoner, and we want supplies, drugs. I think we'll go for supplies. Yeah, that looks good. We lost 3 Marines there, but we got our prisoner. No, we're not going to be doing too many more of these little missions, I think. After a while they do get rather repetitive, and I want to focus more on bigger goals, like creating a new pirate hegemony. Now there is a Syndrian mercantile convoy here. I wouldn't normally go after it, but because they've got an atlas, they may be carrying an absolute shit ton of food, and that could be profitable, so it's a pursuit. We'll just send our first mate, and they've actually managed to kill everything except the atlas. They weren't carrying that much, but maybe if we can just take down this one last ship, we'll be able to get a bit of a haul from it. We've been hailed by a fast picket, but we will just ignore them, and they will have to run away from us. Can we get this atlas very quickly? Yes, we can, and I think 4 temper should do it. Yes. So what did we get? Another 800 food? Well, not exactly a great haul, but it's free food. Who doesn't like free food? Okay, there's a Holy Armada here we'd like to avoid. And we have to return this prisoner. We've got 36 days to head back to our home system of Canny. And we'll drop him off. Just going to blitz straight through these storms. More rebellions occurring. Alright, so we're coming back into our home world. Time to repair, resupply, refuel. We'll see if there's any good jobs going as well with our contacts here. This guy wants to sell me some surplus ore. We might as well do that just because we get the rep and then we can sell the ore. I checked the other contacts, none of them had anything interesting. So we're just going to sell us ore, sell us food. So we didn't get a huge amount of money from that, but we can get some fuel and some supplies. No Marines here, unfortunately. We may need to pop into Asconia to get some Marines from the pirate world there. That seems to be the only reliable place while we're here, we'll drop off some of our excess weapons. We don't need to be carrying all this, and then we'll have a bit more cargo space. I'm still on the lookout for some good mod specs, but we haven't been seeing many. If you look at our Marines, most of them are now elite, which means they will be far more effective in battle. Just going to double check these jobs. This guy wants to sell me a military ship. What is it? A modified super freighter, an Atlas modified super freighter. We don't need that really. This guy wants me to do a bounty for him, and that looks like it could be quite fun. So see if they have any other targets. With 170,000 for the general target, 110,000 apparently for the more difficult targets, makes no sense. So I think we'll just go for this one. 170,000 credits, it's not a bad prize. They've got cargo as well. Yeah, that's worth taking on, I think, if we can get around to it. Alright. I think our next goal is going to be to defend the invasion. We'll just pop into the Luddic Church world here, which may be worth taking on, to be honest. Maybe not right now, but I think we might try and invade it at some point. Right now, we're just going to do some trading, pick up some Marines to replace our losses, and then we may as well go ahead and raid them. Raid strength is 3,200, their defense strength is 486. What do we want? We need fuel, we need supplies. Yeah, I think that will be fine. I'm not too worried about the profit here, just want to make sure we can keep it going. 700 fuel, okay, that'll keep us going for a while. Oh, who's this coming in? Persean League Hunter Force coming after me. I think they're really not happy with what I've been doing. We're going to head to Westerness and defend this invasion. Or defend against this invasion. There's a mercantile convoy here. Right, it says they're carrying fuel and Marines. What's the bet they've got no Marines on board? Because I've been taking down a few of these fleets that say they're carrying Marines, and they never have any Marines. And it's quite frustrating. I did have a comment on a previous video saying it's because they were on a shuttlecraft that I let get away. So this time we're going to make sure we take out every single ship. And maybe we will get some Marines. Okay, it's going to be an easy fight this, so we'll just speed it up a bit. Take in nice large force. We're going to send out our fast craft, Tempest and Omens, to capture these control points as soon as possible. Everyone else is going to stick close to me, and we will try to face them head on. So we're currently flying our regular Pirate Falcon, which is the one with anti-matter blasters, assault chain gun, heavy machine gun, Reapers and Sabers. Our Tempests are very good at capturing control points. They can get there faster than anyone else, which will give us sensor and range advantages. And they're also really good at killing things like kites and hounds, so the ships that the enemy sends out should be easy pickings for them. We've got an enemy Tempest approaching us, and behind that we've got what looks like a Sunder and a Hammerhead. Sunders are usually prime targets for me because they're glass cannons, they've got no armour, their shields aren't great, but they do carry that large energy weapon in the central mount, which is always a danger. So if we can take him on first, we're just going to send a couple of missiles after him. Behind that they have 2 Griffin missile cruisers, and those are also going to be always priority targets because of the amount of firepower they can dish out with their large missiles and their medium missiles and their small missiles. You have so many missile slots, they're always a threat. So I'm going to tell my fleet to kill one of the Griffins. I'm going to kill the Sunder, and then we're going to go after the other Griffin. Luckily we have a lot of firepower in this fleet, so we can take these ships down pretty quickly before they can cause us too much trouble. The Hammerhead and the Centurion are also threats, but they just don't have the same Alpha Strike capability of something like a Sunder or a Falcon. So if we can surround this Griffin, flux it out, the rest of my fleet are going to be well capable enough of destroying them themselves. Now we can take on the Dominator. Dominators, they're tough ships, they're difficult to kill, but when they're alone, all you need to do is surround them, and there's not a lot they can do. So, missiles coming in, 2 Reapers, and here come the remaining torpedoes. To kill them off pretty quickly, we can go to full assault, and we can split up our force and just make sure we kill these guys as quick as possible. It's going to kill this little ship. Is that a hound? No, it's a kite. And what do we have? We have an enforcer down south, Tempest taking on one of our Tempests, Hammerhead on the right hand side. Can I kill this enforcer with just me and an Omen support? Oh, we have a Tempest and 2 Tempests now coming in. So, antimatter blasters, Reapers, Saber missiles, iron weapons from the Tempest are going to help disable him. I think the Sun does as well. Did quite a good job there. On the left hand side we've got 3 Medusas chasing down a Shrike. He's dead. And whatever that final ship is, it was a Tempest. Hammerhead, their remaining survivor, taken down very quickly by our Sunders and Tempests. We may as well send our first mate after their cargo ships, and let's see if they have any marines. I bet they don't. I'm not sure if that's a bug or... See, okay, they have 1 Tarsus freighter left. No marines there at all, so unless they're carrying all their marines on their freighter, let's make damn sure of this. So 1, 2, 3 Tempests. Killed off the freighter, and I was right, no marines. God, it's such a G. Anyway. Let's just avoid these storms and make our way to Westerness. Looks like a Tritac fleet coming out, or the corporate trader carrying food and domestic goods. Okay, we can ignore that. So the invasion is coming after Athulf. I think they're already in the system, so we're gonna see if we can head over and lend our support. Lots of diplomacy notifications on the left hand side there, but I think we can ignore most of them. Though it does look like the hegemony have declared war on Tritac, which could give us some opportunities for profiteering. So here we have what looks like a Sindrian fleet taking on our pirate fortress. So if we come in here, we should be able to join this battle and help defend the fortress. They have 2 Eagles, 2 Furies, and a range of destroyers. So let's see what we can do against these guys. I think we'll pilot the Doom. I did see they had at least 1 carrier, so the Doom is the ultimate hard counter to any kind of enemy carrier spam. I'm taking the Medusas, and I think we'll just go destroyers actually. So Medusas, Sunders, 1 Drover, the Heron. No, let's leave the Heron out. Let's just take in some frigates to give us some point defense. Now, I think the main threats to the station are going to be the Griffin missile. The main threat to this station is going to be from the Eagles and the Furies. So they will be our priorities. I don't think anything else is going to have the firepower to crack a station. Even the Eagles and Furies is a bit of a dicey proposition, I think, to take on a station. But we will see. I mean, we managed to do it, and we want to make sure to defend it. Now we're going to try not to be too aggressive here. We're going to use the station as a fire support platform and just kind of hover around it. The good thing about the Doom is you can phase through the station's fire and not block it. We have a Sunder here, he's already overloaded. Could be an easy kill, except that I think if we go in now we'll just get We'll take too much damage from these eagles. Let's see what we can do. Yeah, no, I think that's too much of a risky thing to do. Let's keep our distance from the eagles, and we can maybe try and stay on the other side of this hammerhead. But as I say, we don't want to go too far forward when we have this station behind us. And it will be able to put a lot of pressure on these enemy ships. Our eagle is in trouble though, it's almost fluxed out. If we can get close enough to it, we should be able to kill it with a couple of reapers. Let's see if we can do a nice alpha strike here. Yeah, okay, eagle 1 down. Vigilance is going to die nice and quickly. Just get a final hit. I think those phase lancers will finish it off. We're going to split our fleet. See if we can kill off some of these dangerous destroyers, hammerheads and the sunders. We can come around the back. Okay, that sunder's already been taken down by our own sunder. If we can kill this fury, that would be a good win. Let's see if we can face behind it. Yeah, we're in a bit of trouble here. We don't want to get killed. Doom is essentially quite a fragile ship. We want to make sure to not take too much damage. Right, if we can raise this flux high enough, we may be able to send a couple of reapers and overload him. One hits, but the other missed. Okay, that's fine. Now, we have left our station a little bit undefended, but all I can see is an enforcer and a fury, and they're not going to be able to do much against it. So I think we will turn now and attack this falcon and this eagle with half our fleet. The other half can take on that fury. So they're trying to kill the omen and also attack me, which is a bit foolish because I'm phased. Let's see if we can get behind this falcon. Now, he's quite a manoeuvrable craft, but he has turned and we're able to take him out with a Reaper volley. Eagle's the next priority. And if we can swarm him, it shouldn't be too difficult to kill him. So the enforcer that was attacking the station's been destroyed. The fury in the north has been destroyed, and now we can just send our entire fleet after this eagle, kill it nice and quickly. And I think we will head off south ourselves and start laying down the hurt on the other fury. And there's a drover here. I've foolishly vented just as they were attacking me, and the explosion of the eagle actually kind of freaked me out there. I thought my doom had exploded, but we can take on this drover. He's going to be a sitting duck without any support. Doom mines will hopefully kill all these fighters. And that drover just fired 2 reapers at me. I think they detonated the mine and killed his own fighter wing, so that wasn't too smart. While the rest of our fleet focuses on the drover, we will see if we can chase down this phase destroyer. This is the Harbinger destroyer. I've never really had much of a use for it myself. I always think I'd rather have the larger Doom or the smaller Afflictor. The Harbinger kind of sits between the two of them, and it's a bit of an awkward size, I think. It's not as sturdy as a Doom, and it's nowhere near as fast as an Afflictor. So we're almost on top of this now. We're just set to full assault. We just got to kill the Harbinger and the other Fury. Here it gets overloaded, a couple of Reapers come in. I think one of them hits, but that's enough to kill it. And the Harbinger's also gone down. Alright, so the invasion has been prevented. We've got a little bit of salvage. And do we want to take on their freighters? I think we do. Just to punish them for daring to attack me. But again, we'll send our second mate, or first mate in. And what do we get? Not much. Okay. Invasion fleets are not going to be carrying a huge amount of valuable cargo, but that's fine. Another fleet looks like it's dropping into the system. Who's this? Okay, this is another invading fleet, and this one has a conquest. A champion, 2 Griffin missile cruisers, a Harbinger and a Falcon, so this is going to be a lot tougher. Especially because we still need to repair from that previous battle. Can we pop into the station and repair before they get here? No, they have come in straight away and attacked the station, so I think we're going to have to defend it. If we could get these other pirate fleets to come join us, that would really help, but I'm not too sure they're going to do that. Okay, we will take the Doom again. I think we need the Eagle. Taking on a conquest is going to be tough, I think. The more firepower we can deliver from carriers, the better. But we're also going to need some big ships, and we don't have a huge amount of deployment points, so we'll take the Heron. It's the most efficient fighter platform we have. And I think we need the Falcons, we need the Eagle, we need the Doom. And if we can just kind of hold the line with these bigger ships and gain some deployment points, then we can hopefully bring in some of our faster ships to help out later on in the battle. But yeah, we're going to have to rely on the station here to help us fend off these bigger ships, especially the Conquest, because the Conquest has greater range than anything we have. And I can see missile attacks coming in on our pirate ally ships already. And the dangerous moments are when the weapons of the station are not pointed towards the enemy, like now. So we've got a Conquest, a Griffin missile cruiser, a Champion heavy cruiser. If we can take down this Conquest, it will be the first capital ship we've managed to destroy, so that would make me very happy. This Griffin is looking a bit trigger happy with his Reapers. I'm quite happy to let him fire them at me, because I can phase out of the way of them. And I will send back some Reapers of my own, get his flux nice and high, and then I think we're just going to have to back off a little bit. We do not want to get into a situation where we have to come out of phase and we're still within range of the Conquest, so let's just get the hell out of there. Okay. So we will vent here. And all our Falcons have gone over to the left hand side. That's fine. I'm quite happy for them to be together. And the station is doing what it can do, taking out some of the smaller enemy ships. We're going to launch some mines. We'll put an avoider on this Conquest. We don't want anyone getting too close to it and getting killed. If we can leave it till the last, that I think would be a lot easier. If we can kill off some of their smaller ships like this Falcon, send our Herons, bombers after that, and if we can maybe take out this Hammerhead ourselves. Yeah. Oh, what's going on over here? Oh yeah, this was just funny because there were so many Reapers going back and forth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Reapers coming in on the one Falcon, and there was another Reaper going after its exploding carcass. So that made me laugh. Okay, let's bring everyone back into a defensive position. We didn't manage to kill the Hammerhead, but it is backing off. Enemy Mule is not much of a threat. That Champion is more of a threat, and this Griffin especially is a threat. In fact, it might be worth trying to eliminate this Griffin as soon as we can, just because he can carry so much firepower with his missile slots. Reapers coming in, getting killed by point defense. This Champion's taking quite a punishment, so maybe another good target to go for. He's had to drop shields. Let's bring them up again now. Can we take him on if we give him a Reaper volley now? Let's let the We damaged him, but he was smart enough to drop his shield so he didn't get overloaded. The Griffin on the right hand side is now been isolated a little bit, so if we take off the avoid order, that will ensure that all our ships come in and start attacking it. And with the firepower from the station, it shouldn't be too hard to kill this. Some smaller enemy ships going down, Vigilance and a Kite. Can we get behind this Griffin? Well, we can hit it with a couple of Reapers. We haven't quite managed to overload it yet. But we have 2 Falcons coming in. He's looking at me. He fires another Reaper, we can phase out the way of that. And there's 1, 2, 3 going in, all of them miss. There's a 4th one. And the 4th one does overload just before it gets overloaded. He launches a Reaper at me and I was just a bit too slow to phase out of it. So we did, again, lose our doom. So we have some deployment points now. What are we going to bring in? We'll bring in the final Falcon and a couple of carriers, and we're going to have to decide which ship we want to fly for the rest of this battle. What we really want is our original Falcon. The one with antimatter blasters, which is not this one. It's not this one. It must be this one that's half dead. Okay. I think we will take over command of this, and we can send our little command module out. Fly across the exploding battlefield. And slot back into this ship. And then we can carry on. So that's 2 battles in a row that the Doom's been disabled. It shows you just how fragile it is. Now the Conquest in the bottom left is actually not having an easy time of it. He's fluxed out. It may be worth just going and trying to kill him right now, because he's facing a lot of firepower from the station. He's got an Eagle suppressing him with a bunch of beams. He's now overloaded. Can we put in enough damage? A couple of Reapers coming in from the Falcon we just deployed, and a 3rd Reaper, and a 4th one comes in and hits its shield. He's no longer overloaded, but his hull's low. 5th Reaper comes in. I'm going to fire off my own final 2 Reapers and destroy it. So we did get the Doom disabled, but we took down the Conquest. And if we can somehow recover it, that'd be quite fun too. Oh, this made me laugh. The Falcon on the right launches 1, 2, 3 Reapers at a Hammerhead. One of them does kill the Hammerhead, but the other 2 destroy half the station that we've been trying to protect this whole time. So that wasn't the best move by him, and that officer may have to be reprimanded later on. Possibly executed. So just the Champion and the Griffin as the big ships left to destroy here, and then after that there'll just be a couple of Enforcers and the Harbinger Phase Destroyer to take care of. A couple of Reapers still alive. Harbinger taking a lot of punishment again. There's not a huge amount he can do. 4 more Reapers coming in from the Falcon in a big volley, and they take out the Champion. And I have to give a shout out to the YouTube commenter who advised me to put these 4 Reaper Typhoon launchers on the Falcons. It gives you 40 Reapers, and it's just a huge amount of damage you can put out. And I have to say, it is working. You have to be careful though, because Falcons are fragile, as I'm about to prove, by sitting in front of the Centurion, getting fluxed out, and then getting killed by an Enforcer's torpedoes. That was not too clever. We're just going to bring on some Tempests to help finish off this enemy fleet. And I'll just jump into this other Falcon, and I will be more careful this time, I promise. So again, we'll just nip across in our little command module. Dock with the other Falcon. This is our long-range Falcon with the hypervelocity drivers and tactical lasers. So we'll just keep at distance here and let our other ships go in for the killing blows. And see if we can take out this final Griffin. He's been overloaded. And more Reapers coming in. There's just Reapers everywhere. The amount of damage this fleet can put out now is unbelievable. Let's speed it up while we kill off its final Enforcer. Is he gonna die to Reapers too? I'm not too sure what got the final blow there. But we killed the Conquest. I'm pretty happy about that. What did we lose? We lost the Doom and the Pirate Falcon. So the two ships we lost, which were not our allies, were the two ships that I was piloting. So let's not dwell too much on that. But can we recover the Conquest? Yes, we can. We also get back the Doom and the Falcon. We also do want the Griffin missile cruiser. I think we do. Yeah, we get a little bit of salvage. Alright, let's repair and sell off some of that salvage. We've got 1,000 metal. We'll sell off the high value prisoner. Okay, so let's have a look at this Conquest. It has one demod and one built-in hull mod, which is the hardened shields, which is a good one. I'm quite happy that it's got the hardened shields built in. The demod is structural damage, which just reduces its hull and makes it slightly easier to kill, but only after you've got its shields and armor down, so I'm not too sure it's worth restoring that. As you can see, it has a bunch of hard points and turrets, but they are all kind of, it's like a broadside ship where there are different schools of thought on how to fit out conquests, and one of them is just to fit out one side and use it as a kind of broadside ship where you just turn that side to the enemy and have point defense on the other side. So we'll think about that, and it might be quite fun fitting that out. We'll do that next session probably. So for now we're just going to mothball the Griffin and the Conquest. Now we recovered the Doom, but it does have a demod now, and that demod is Fails Core Instability, which is a bit of a shame because it reduces our phase time bonus, it reduces peak performance time, and it increases the speed at which peak performance reduces. So we're going to actually restore that, and we may as well go ahead and spend the money to restore this Eagle as well, because the degraded engines particularly is going to make it a lot slower and less manoeuvrable. I think it's worth spending the money on that. This Sander has one demod, but it just has a few less hull points, and Sanders have so few hull points anyway, I don't think it's worth spending the money on that. Alright, okay, I think we can now leave this system safely, having seen off those two invasions. And we may as well go after the last, well not the last two, but these two Persean League stations in Zagam. He's just coming in. That would be a pirate trade convoy. Bringing in what we need. So I'll jump out into hyperspace and head off to Zagam. And I think if we can take these two stations, that would be a pretty good place to end the session. Let's see what kind of fortresses they have protecting them. Now we have one of our operatives in Kazaron, the Persean League homeworld, and he's just kind of trying to destabilize it. So I think what we'll do is get him to repeat that mission again. I'm not too sure what kind of effect it'll have, but if we can destabilize it, maybe knock out a couple of its industries using the operative, that may make it easier for us to perform raids on it. It may make it easier for us to take down their station. I'm not entirely sure, but it's worth having a little bit of an experiment, I think. I can't think of anything better to do with my operatives. So, okay, there is an invasion. Okay, it looks like the Luddic Church are going to try and invade Madeira, but the report says their fleet is outmatched by our defences and they will probably be defeated in orbit, so we can leave that one, I think. And as far as I'm aware, colonies do improve their defences over time. They should be building defensive industries, they should be building fleets, and so we won't have to babysit them all the time. Okay, we're coming into this station now. And at this point I was quite happy because I could just see the one small picket, and then as I came in, this guy materialized. So this is a special task group, 2 conquests, and there's not really anything we can do to avoid it. Now we could spend a story point to disengage here, but I kind of find that a little bit of a cheesy use of story points, and I don't like doing it. So I think we got ambushed fair and square. We're going to have to try and fight our way out. We're probably going to lose a few ships. We don't have to kill their entire fleet to escape. We just have to kill enough deployment points worth of ships so that we can disengage safely. So 2 conquests, 2 heavy carriers. We don't have a station backing us up, and there is therefore a very good chance we're going to lose quite a few ships here. So what I'm thinking is to go in with a fast fleet, destroyers and frigates, and see if we can destroy some of their smaller ships around the edges, and then come in with some of the bigger guys and a few carriers and try to pick off some of their larger ships and just kind of whittle them down until we have enough points to disengage. So we've got Tempest Omens and a couple of Sunders. We're going to try and capture some of these points, and the idea is to kill as many ships as we can before our Sunders run out of peak performance time, and then we will probably retreat them, bring in the Falcons, bring in the Doom and the carriers, and just see how many ships we can kill before we get destroyed. If we can keep away from the conquests, I'm pretty confident we can kill anything else. What we really want to do is destroy their carriers, but getting close to them is not going to be easy. Okay, so first contact on the left is a kite. Now, I didn't actually order the Tempest on the left to come and follow me again, but for some reason he did. He's coming across. We may as well see if we can pick off this wolf nice and quickly, but there's a good chance he's going to get away from us. So yeah, on the top right here you can see we need to kill 100 points worth of enemy ships in order to be able to disengage cleanly. So that's not a small number, but we'll see what we can do. We're going to take this one pretty carefully. We're going to send the 1 Tempest back to defend that point on the left. It's very hard to catch a wolf, and with his buddies behind him, it's not really going to work. There are a couple of hammerheads that would be great to take out if we could. See if we can just kind of get some damage on him. But yeah, he's just going to phase. Okay, the conquests are now past me, which could work out very well if we can hunt down their carriers. We'll put an avoid order on both of them. I may as well chase this wolf a little bit because we want to go this way anyway. So we can see a Venture and a couple of Enforcers, a couple of Shepherds. Nothing too scary there. I'm not seeing their carriers. They may now be below me. We're going to bring in some more Tempests and I think the Monitor. Kind of defensive frigate swarm, and if they can come over here and help out this guy, then maybe we can kind of make a little bit of a pincer movement. And there are more enemy ships coming in from the top of the battle. We may be able to kill this Lasher and then go and help them out. You see now, I made a bit of a mistake here because we put our shield up where he was firing lots of machine guns at us. And he actually overloads me, which was pretty foolish of me to allow that to happen. Luckily this Enforcer didn't fire a barrage of harpoons or something. Just a couple of salamanders that we can pick off with our point defense, and then we should be able to finish off this Lasher. Okay, what else have we got coming in? Okay, all their ships are kind of hiding in the fog of war at the moment. We'll send our Tempest to kill this Forcer Destroyer. Forcers are slow and cumbersome, so they should be able to manage that. Still haven't seen their carriers. Right, we should be able to swarm these guys before the conquest can do much to defend them. Yeah, he's trying to escape. He wants to get back into the defensive coverage of the capital ships. We don't want that to happen, so let's just see if we can finish this guy off nice and quickly. Come on. Okay, there's a conquest on the right, so my guys are backing off, which is a wise move on their part. I'm glad they're following orders. I do not want them to get caught in the conquest flat cannons and things like that. I'm now going to have to back off because if he takes my shield down, he will kill me. So the enforcer got away. Now we see a carrier in the north, but we're going to go after this enforcer here, as he's a bit isolated. Yeah, my Tempest fleet is not engaging because they're too scared of the conquests. They know the range of those things, and if I tell them to avoid it, it means don't get within the range. I do quite like these kind of cagey cat and mouse type battles, where neither of us wants to overcommit. We're going to bring in the Heron carrier and one of the drovers. That'll give us a little bit of fighter presence, and we may be able to project our firepower a little bit more without getting too close to the conquests. So we're just trying to isolate enemy destroyers and kill them off if we can. 1, 2, 3 destroyers right here. Conquests are not far away. If we can keep them between us and the conquests. Yeah, I just got to be very careful. Let's keep our carriers out of harm's way. Maybe recapture these points. And our ships are going to run out of combat readiness pretty soon. This is a tricky fight, and I may well lose it. The problem is, the avoid order on the conquest makes it hard for me to get my my frigate pack to commit to any really big attacks. Maybe I ought to kill this enforcer. He's already pretty low on hull points. Okay, he's down. We've been a little bit separated, but we may be able to go for, what's that, the wolf? And then there's a Venture and the Heron. We really want to kill the Heron. But I think he's just going to back into his capital ships. Let's get our carriers. Yeah, let's get these frigates to support our carriers. Escort them. Now, Ventures have a huge amount of armor, so killing it's not going to be that easy. The Heron would probably be a better bet here. Unfortunately, we're now out of command points, so we can't change the order just yet. We have overloaded the Venture, but unfortunately the ships we're currently fielding don't have the firepower they need to kill it off. We don't have big torpedoes or even good missiles, so for the moment we're going to have to back away again. Okay, we have kind of split their fleet up a little bit, which is definitely what we wanted to do. Okay, we just need to wait for our command point to regenerate. We're being chased by this conquest. We're going to back away from it and then turn and flee. Try and kill this hammerhead. We were going to come down, and I think if this little mini group down here we've got can kill this hammerhead, that would be a good win. Just get accurate with these shots. Here we go. Okay, we can kill him. Come on, where are those phase lancers? There we go. So one hammerhead down. Did we kill the other one? We killed 33 points out of 100 needed. We didn't kill that hammerhead, and they're not going to get any closer to it because now they're too close to their capital ships. And we're out of orders again. I think it's time to bring on some more of our own fleet. Although currently we only have 9 deployment points now. I thought we had more. Yeah, we're at kind of a stalemate position at the moment. I'm not too sure if we're going to be able to kill enough of their ships to escape without really taking on these conquests head on. Combat readiness is down to 42% on the Sunder, which is not great. It may be time to retreat, but we can't replace it with anything else yet. Yeah, we're now in danger of suffering malfunctions. We just took a torpedo here, which was a bit foolish. Okay, now we have a few more deployment points. So let's see. Bring in 2 Falcons. No, they've kind of separated themselves. I didn't want that to happen. I'm actually going to take over one of them and then get the Sunder I'm in at the moment to retreat. I can't do it just yet. So we're going to fly down our little command module and dock with the Falcon. Now we may be able to sneak in ourselves with just the two of just these 2 Falcons and kill this Heron. The Falcons have a huge amount more killing power with their Reaper complement. So we're sending some sabers. We are getting a lot of beams coming in from the Conquest. We're going to have to be careful here. It's just too risky to go in. Alright, let's get the Sunder to retreat because we know he's going to be malfunctioning now. Get the other guys to follow me and this top section. We'll go after this destroyer. And I'm going to take off the avoid orders. This is not a good idea, but I think it's the only way we can possibly get out of this alive, is by risking a few frigates to kill off some of their ships. We'll recapture these points again, so we can hopefully deploy some more of our own fleet. Conquests are currently focusing on me. We just lost a drover, one of our carriers. just got within range of these guys. And I'm worried that all my frigates are going to get far too close to this conquest. We can't avoid it again. Tricky. This gunship is taking on a Falcon. He's not doing a bad job of it. Missed with the second Reaper, thankfully. Ah, God, this wolf pack is getting all separated. Alright, I really want to kill this hammerhead on the right hand side. This Sunder's retreating. Okay, we're going to leave him to retreat. Oh, these frigates are in a real bad place right now. We can put the hurting on this hammerhead. We can get a couple of Reapers after him. We're going to put these avoid orders back on. We've lost a Tempest and a Sunder. I think the Sunder was not retreating but destroyed. Hammerhead goes down. Now this Sunder here should be retreating, but he apparently is not doing that. This Omen's taking a lot of rockets. It's got a good shield, but it can't stand up to that for long. Then we're going to bring on... Do we want to bring on destroyers? I think, yeah, a couple more destroyers. Maybe I'd use them for some hit and run tactics. Omen's in a world of danger, and down he goes. Tempest also gets killed in a second. He had his shields up. I think they got around his shields. His Sunder's going to get killed as well. Another Tempest down. Sunder down. So we just lost 4 ships in about 10 seconds. We've only killed 46 points worth of enemy craft. We're not even halfway there. Is this doable? Right, we've lost a few ships. We can now bring the Doom on. Let's send a couple of ships out to kill that Enforcer. A couple to kill this Enforcer. Bring the Doom up to support me. Get this Sunder out of there. Reapers miss. Volley doesn't miss. Okay, one more destroyer dead. But we're taking a lot of hits. Oh, we have to back away from these rockets and beam weapons. Ah, here's the Mora. Okay. Okay, new priority. And we lost another Tempest. Just managed to dodge out the way of a Reaper. And we'll send our Sabos. Overload him and double Reapers. a nice quick kill. So now Force have gone down, Mora have gone down, Kite gone down. Okay, we're up to 86%, that's not bad. We need 14 more points in order to disengage. Okay, a bunch of these craft are now way beyond their combat readiness and are going to be malfunctioning all over the place. There's a Centurion above me, it might be worth going for that Centurion. Yeah, I think I'm going to go for him. If we can kill him, that will give us more points. And he's on his own. So currently we're just waiting for some more orders to replenish. Right, okay, so these guys must have killed the Enforcer that was down here. We're at 95% now. So one more kill would do it. What can we bring on? We can bring on another Medusa. And these two Medusas should be able to kill whatever that enemy craft is down at the bottom of the map. This Heron has managed to evade all our attempts to kill it. I think we'll send all our craft in, try and kill off the Venture. Except this guy, I'm going to retreat. And this guy also is malfunctioning, needs to retreat. These guys can kill that craft, that should do it. So we're approaching this Venture and trying to keep out of the range of the conquests. Four Sabos, 1, 2, 3, 4. Overloading with the Reapers. Just get out of the firing arc of this conquest. We should be able to finish this off. Anti-Air Blasters go in. Just waiting for our Reapers to reload. 1, 2. Oh, he got his shields back just in time. Oh, we're going to get killed if we're not careful here. Oh, here come the rockets. Oh dear. Rockets and torpedoes are going to kill the Falcon. So essentially both our fleets are getting completely destroyed here. Okay, we're going to transfer back into Asunder. Now can we kill this Venture? See, we've actually made the 100 points. We can now disengage if we want. So we're trying to kill this guy. If we can keep his shields to the front by putting pressure on him, the Doom's mines may be able to kill it, but it's kind of unlikely. Is that our Heron in the north? Out of position? I think it is. He's not putting his shields up. I see he's putting his shields at the back to defend from the mines. And we were able to kill it with our Tachyon Lance. Okay, I think it's time to get out of here. We've lost quite a few ships. We may be able to recover some or all of them. Although I'm not too sure. If we retreat from battle, maybe we can't, which would be a shame. Well, let's see what we can do. Either way, we did survive. I think I'm happy with that. And I don't think we lost anything too irreplaceable. So that Heron is in a bad situation. He may get killed trying to retreat here. I'm not sure it's worth defending his retreat path. His combat readiness is very low. Ah, he's gone down already. this was a bit of a costly mistake. Doom retreats, Medusa retreats. Another Tempest killed. We've got two very, very disabled craft trying to escape on the right hand side here. Omen gets out of there. Falcon and Sunder get out of there. Who's this left? It's just a monitor. I think his engines are buggered. So this gunship is going to try and finish him off, but with the shield he's got, he's most likely going to be able to get away. In fact, we'll just speed it up because it's going to take a long time. There we go. Alright. So what did we lose? We lost a Drover. 2 Sunders. I think 4, 5 Tempests. One of our Falcons. And a Heron. And I think 2 Omens. Pretty costly. I think we killed more of theirs than they killed of ours. But still a bit of a loss. Anyway, we will disengage. We've now been... I think we've just been jumped by the small picket as we try to escape. That's fine, we should be able to kill them without... Yeah, they've got nothing dangerous, so that's fine. However, unfortunately, at this point, I actually ran out of space on my media drive, and so the recording stopped, and I didn't quite realise in time, so we're going to have to finish the session there. We do kill that picket, and we do manage to conquer that Persean League while we were trying to invade, and so we'll have to catch up next time, but I'm quite happy with our progress this episode. We've taken over quite a few more Persean League stations, and we have now our first capital ship, so we can spend the beginning of the next episode fitting that out. And then maybe we can take on some of these more advanced star fortresses and even take Kazarah if possible. But for now, thank you for watching and goodbye.